Somewhere in your closet is something you never wear and will never sell. Not because it is valuable, because parting with it feels like admitting a loss. That single feeling explains more of your daily decisions than you think. Everyone has a drawer like this. Clothes that no longer fit, a gadget you replaced years ago, a gift card you will not use but refuse to throw away. You are not keeping these things because you want them. You are keeping them because getting rid of them feels like losing something, even though you already stopped using it long ago. Picture a woman selling her childhood home. A buyer offers a fair price based on the current market. She turns it down, not because the number is wrong, because in her mind, the house is still worth what her family paid for it decades ago, plus every memory attached to it. Accepting the offer would mean accepting a loss that, on paper, does not even exist yet. So the house sits unsold for a year, slowly losing more value the longer she waits. This is loss aversion. It is the reason losing something hurts far more than gaining the equivalent feels good. Not slightly more, roughly twice as much, according to the research that first identified it. That research came from psychologists Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky in the late 1970s. They ran a simple experiment. People were offered a coin flip. Heads, you win $150. Tails, you lose $100. Mathematically, this bet favors the player every single time. Yet most people said no. The fear of losing $100 overpowered the appeal of possibly winning 50% more than that. Why would your mind be built this way? Go back far enough and the answer is simple. For most of human history, a loss could mean starvation. A missed opportunity could usually wait until tomorrow. Brains that treated losses as urgent threats kept people alive. Brains that shrugged off danger often did not survive long enough to pass that trait along. You carry the cautious version of that wiring today, even in a world where losing a subscription will not kill you. Here is where it gets stranger. Loss aversion can make you hold on to things that are actively working against you. Researcher Hirsch Sheffrin studied investors and found that people tend to sell their winning stocks too early, locking in a small gain, while holding on to losing stocks far longer than they should, waiting for the price to recover so they never have to admit the loss actually happened. The fear of confirming a loss becomes stronger than the logic of cutting it short. The same pattern shows up in relationships. Someone stays in a friendship or a job that quietly drains them, not because it makes them happy, but because ending it means admitting the years already spent were, in some sense, a loss. Walking away feels like losing the investment, even when staying costs far more. This even shows up in something as small as a video game. Players will keep grinding a game they stopped enjoying long ago simply because they do not want to lose the hours already put in. The hours are already gone either way, but quitting makes that loss feel real, while continuing lets the mind pretend it might still be recovered. Marketers have built entire strategies around this. A store offers a free 30-day trial. By day 20, the product feels like it already belongs to you. Canceling no longer feels like declining an offer, it feels like giving something up. Researcher Jack Netsch proved this with something as ordinary as a coffee mug, handing people a mug for a few minutes, then offering to trade it for an equally priced pen. Most refused the trade. The mug had already become theirs, and letting it go felt like a loss, not a neutral swap. So what can you actually do with this? You cannot switch off an instinct shaped by millions of years of survival, but you can interrupt it with one question. When you feel resistance to letting something go, ask yourself, if I did not already have this, would I choose to acquire it today? Not would losing it hurt. Would having it from scratch still make sense? That question strips ownership out of the equation and leaves you with the decision itself. The drawer in your closet was never really about the clothes. It was about the story your mind tells itself whenever it senses something slipping away. Now that story has a name. Next time you catch yourself holding on purely to avoid the discomfort of letting go, pause for a second. That discomfort is not evidence you are making the right choice. It is just an old alarm going off in a world that no longer needs it. If this shifted how you look at the things you are holding on to, stick around.